Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to lesson 6.3, Simplest Form. Please pause to write the lesson number and title in your notebook. Today's lesson objective is I can write and identify equivalent fractions in simplest form. Please pause again to write the lesson objective in your notebook. Today's lesson also has a vocabulary word. Our vocabulary word is simplest form. A fraction is in simplest form when the top and the bottom number cannot be any smaller while still being whole numbers. For example, we know that 2/4 and 1/2 are equivalent, so instead of describing a number as being 2/4, we simplify it and call it 1/2 because the number 1 and the number 2 can't get any smaller without changing the fraction or not being a whole number. In order to simplify a fraction, you divide both the top and the bottom by the highest factor, the highest number, that can divide evenly into both numbers exactly. Please pause to write the lesson vocabulary and examples in your notebook. Let's read the Unlock the Problem. It says, Vicky bought an ice cream cake cut into 6 equal pieces. Vicky, Margot, and Elena each took 2 pieces of the cake. Vicky says that she and each of her friends took 1/3 of the cake home. Is Vicky correct? So let's look to the green box first. It says, how many pieces was the cake cut into? Well, if we read in the Unlock the Problem, it says it was cut into 6 equal pieces. And how many pieces did each girl take? It said that Vicky, Margot, and Elena each took 2 pieces. So now, step 1 says we're going to use a blue color pencil to shade the pieces that Vicky took. So Vicky took 2 pieces, so I'm going to shade 2 pieces blue. If you don't have a color pencil, you can mark it like this. Blue. Those ones are Vicky's. Alright, now we're going to do step 2, use a red pencil to shade the pieces that Margot took. Margot also took 2 pieces, so I'm going to color my next one red. And then I'm going to shade it with an R, just in case you don't have a red to shade it. And last, use a yellow pencil to shade the pieces that Elena took. I'm going to shade them black, because I don't have yellow, so I'm going to shade one black. And I'm going to mark it with BK, black, so that I don't confuse it with the letter blue, B. Alright, now it says that the cake is divided into 6 equal pieces, and the 3 colors on the model show how we combined the 6th pieces into make 3 equal size pieces. So, if we look here, I have this piece. Those are the 2 pieces that Elena took. I have this piece. These are the 2 pieces that Margot took. And I have this piece. Those are the 2 pieces that Vicky took. And that makes 1, 2, 3 pieces. So there were 6 equal-sized pieces. But if each girl took 2, then there would be 3 that divides evenly into it. 3 groups. So Vicky is correct. Vicky, Margot, and Elena each took 1 of the 3 groups. So our simplest form is that we went from 6 down to 1/3. So we said that 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. 1/3 is just the smallest form that I can make 2/6 into. Alright, on the bottom of the page you have a question that says, what if? What if Vicky took 3 pieces of cake home and Elena took 3 pieces of cake home? How could you combine the pieces to write a fraction that represents the part that each friend took home? So let's draw a picture of this. If I had my cake from up above and it was split into 6 pieces, just like up above. But now this time I'm going to shade it so that Elena took 3 pieces instead of 2. So here's 1, 2, 3 pieces for Elena. And then Vicky took 3 pieces. So here's 1, 2, 3. Now, how much did each girl take? Did they each take a third? Well, no, it looks like if it's split evenly down the middle here, then each girl took 1/2. So we could explain that 3/6 equals 1/2. And if each girl took 3 pieces, then they each took half. On the next page, we have some examples of how to take a fraction into simplest form. So one way is to use models to find an equivalent fraction and then make that in its simplest form. And as it said in our vocabulary, we're going to use division and factors to do this. So in my first model, you can see that my first circle is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2 of my eighths are shaded. Now, I'm going to write that fraction as 2/8. Now, in the one next to it, I have that same circle and the same ones that are colored in, but if we look on only the straight lines and not the dotted lines, we can see that now my circle is being cut into fourths, not eighths. So the smallest way that I can represent 2/8 is with the number 1/4. And I can do that with math by finding a factor that is common to both 8 and 4. Well, since both numbers are even, the number that can go into both of them is 2. So remember, whatever I do to the top of a fraction, I have to do to the bottom, and vice versa. So if I'm going to divide the top by 2, then I'm going to divide the bottom by 2. So 2 goes into 2 one time, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now here's my reduced fraction, 1/4. 1/4 is the smallest I can make that fraction while still keeping it equal. Okay, let's look at our next example. Now in this example, I have a rectangle that's split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have 6 of them colored in. So I have 6/10. Now, if we look at just the dark lines, now I'm going to split this into fifths. So ignore that dashed line down the middle. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 of them are colored in. So I have 3/5. Now, how many times can 5 go into 10? Because I want a number that relates them. Well, 10 is 2 times as many as 5. So I'm going to divide both the bottom and the top by 2. 2 can go into 6 3 times, and 2 can go into 10 5 times. So here's my reduced fraction, 3/5. Let's try this one more time. In this example, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12. And then in my second one, we're going to draw a line just straight down the middle. And we're going to say we're going to cut this in half. So 6/12 is equal to, I'm sorry, I drew my line the wrong direction. 6/12 is equal to 1/2. The line goes this way. And so we can see half is colored in and half is not. So our goal is to get 6/12 into 1/2. And we need a number that goes into both 6 and 12. Well, 6 can go into 6. 6 goes into 6 one time. and 6 goes into 12 2 times. So I divide both the top and the bottom by 6. So to simplify 6/10, you can combine the tens pieces into groups. So we have 6/10, and then if I wanted to make 6/10 smaller, well, both 6 and 10 are even, so I'm going to divide them by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the equivalent fraction to 6/10 is 2/5. One other way we can find simplest form and equivalent fractions is to make a list of factors or a factor rainbow. So that way we know what they have in common, we know what the largest one is to divide. So the first thing that we can do is we want to find all the factors of 6. How do I make 6? So in order to make a 6, I can multiply 1 and 6. This is like our rainbow from the last unit. I can also multiply 2 and 3. All right, factors of 10. I can multiply 1 and 10. I can also multiply 2 and 5. Now I want to find the things that they have in common. Well, they both have in common 1, and they both have in common 2. But if I divide everything by 1, my answers aren't going to get any smaller. They're going to stay the same. So I'm going to divide things by 2, my largest common factor. So I'm going to divide both the top and the bottom by 2 to see if I can reduce the fraction 6/10 smaller. Well, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So there's our same number, 6/10, and a different method, but we still get the reduced fraction 3/5. Since 1 is the only factor that 3 and 5, the numerator and the denominator, have in common, then I know that it is in simplest form. So my number is 3/5. Good job, 4th graders. Fractions take a lot more practice. But you're almost finished. Go back to your teacher's website and complete your exit slip. See you tomorrow.